This is the May edition of Sport on Singapore, and we are now in the Athlete of the Month nomination segment. John, take it away. Who is the first nominee?
The first nominee of the Team Singapore Athlete of the Month is Constance Lien. Constance Lien, of course, winning the world title in Jiu-jitsu, the 2019 World IBJJF Jiu-jitsu Championship in Long Beach, California, winning the blue belt featherweight category in a competition that saw over 60 competitors, over 6 rounds of competition, and she emerged as champion. She's also, of course, Singapore's first Asian Games medalist for Jiu-jitsu, and also won the Sports Girl of the Year at the recent Singapore Sports Awards.
The second nominee for May in our Athlete of the Month nomination poll is none other than Ikhsan Fandi, and he scored his first competitive goal for Norwegian club Rofus. He was subbed in at the 75th minute with his team 2-1 up, and he scored spectacularly to win the game 3-2 for his team. He then also scored consecutively in 2 following games. It's like SBS buses in Singapore. You wait forever for 1 to come along and 3 come along at once. He is also the third Singaporean to score a competitive goal in Europe.
Third nominee of the month, of course, is Toh Wei Soong from swimming. Wei Soong, as mentioned in our earlier segment of the events roundup of the show, won gold at the World Para Swimming World Series in Singapore for the 100 meters freestyle A final S114 event with the timing of 1 minute 03.60 seconds. He also won silver in the 50-meter butterfly and set a personal best timing of 5 minutes 01.97 seconds in the men's 400-meter freestyle finals on day 1. He's working hard to be part of the London World Championships this September.
Our fourth nominee for Athlete of the Month goes to Hazim, Yusli, and we saw him in December in the World Pencak Silat Championships. Well, May is a month that he will never forget because he won gold and was crowned the best male fighter at the 2019 Belgium Open in the male match class B, which is the 50 to 55 kilogram category. He was also crowned the Sports Boy of the Year at the Singapore Sports Awards.
Our fifth nominee is Syahidah Alim from Archery. Of course, in line with the fact that the Team Singapore Athlete of the Month nominations are not just for athletes who have won the most medals. She came in 6th at the European Archery Championships in Italy, showing resilience to persist in a quest to become an even better archer. She's already currently ranked top 10 in the world rankings, but feels that there's some more room for improvement.
Our sixth nominee for Athlete of the Month goes to Cheryl Gwa who takes part in Muay Thai, and she won gold at the 2019 Arafura Games in the senior female elite category A, which is for 51 kilograms. And she overcame Kelly Ramsbottom of Australia, edging her 30 to 27.
For Sports Awards, of course, the highlight for the month of May, and we saw Joseph Schooling winning his 6th Sportsman of the Year award. Joseph was also being the first swimmer recently and the first Southeast Asian to be featured on Google Cameos. Basically, he was the most searched for Singaporean on Google in 2016, the year he won the Olympic Games. And this actually is an app that allows public figures to upload their answers directly to Google's platform to answer the most commonly asked questions about them. Sportswoman of the Year award going to our very own Sports Singapore brand ambassador Martina Veloso, Duncan.
First time that she's won it, and it is fantastic for her. She's worked so hard, someone that we both know very, very well, so we couldn't be happier for Martina.
Indoor skydiving, Chu Yixuan and Kyra Po winning the Sports Boy, Sports Girl Team of the Year for events category, and of course Kyra being the latest Red Bull athlete as announced on Instagram as well. The other big news, of course, from the Singapore Sports Awards is that the men's floorball team won Team of the Year for Team Sport. This is something that we talked about at length in the last episode of Sport on Singapore. Floorball versus football, which one is more popular in Singapore? But you can see now it's not just domestically, but even at the international arena, Singapore is making its mark. And kudos to the floorball team, not just for these award winners as well, of course, but also to the other categories from Coach of the Year, Journalist of the Year, Event of the Year, and all the other award nominees. But when we come back, we're going to have a look at the sport of football. Team Singapore has a new head coach as well as the Merlion Cup.